Hey, what is going on? We're doing another daily upload again. We're gonna do Endless Abyss. I'm sorry, I just love it so much. I want to do it again. So I died in the beginning of explaining. Ooh, yes, glove. I died in the beginning of explaining, like what quest for the camera was. So I'm just going to pick up where I left off. My mic is kind of too close. Okay, so I got everybody together, just kids from like the neighborhood, that like, they're basically 2 years younger, and then my little brother's friends, which they all sort of immediately understood that they needed to sabotage the fuck out of the idea, and I kind of just let them, you know? I kind of just went like, you know what? Fuck it. They got it. They got the main idea of what they want to do. Let's go with that instead. So instead of a gritty war like shootout thing, we got the most goofy fucking YTP type shit ever. And I don't think anybody's ever said YTP. They've always said YouTube poop. Nobody has ever said that when referring to a YouTube poop. I'm using like millennial ass language. Okay. So that's kind of what that was. Is I was like, you know what, I'm bored. Let's make a movie. And then they all were like, you know what, let's make it goofy as hell. We even left in a take, cause this one took so long to record. It was like 10 minutes of just him laying in the bark. We took like so many takes of my little brother lying on the bark and you know, having his shoes kicked up in the air because he gets punched. That like you could see one of the actors just in the frame in the background of it. I don't know why he was there, by the way. There was nothing happening over there. I'm guessing. Oh, man. Oh! Okay, good save. I'm guessing I was just, like... He was just, like, walking around the thing that was happening. That whole thing is a massive shitpost. And I really do want to make a sequel. I really do. But I don't know how I can make it any funnier than the first one. Because now I'm trying to be funny. And I'm not funny when I'm trying to be funny. It's actually so bad. Okay, I need to calm down on the rope jumps. Because of what happened last time. So, next we have Tell Him. Tell Him... Yeah, that song might sound cryptic if you don't know what I'm talking about in it. My ops, if they're watching this video, that is an insane level of obsessiveness that needs to get checked out. But, yeah, no. So, basically, it's just talking about how I got ops. And it's not going into too much detail. It's mostly just me using a thing that I wanted to do. The everybody hates me part is kind of inaccurate because it was only 4 people and only 2 of them would become very strained. But yeah, the other 2 I just became well, not just became friends again. I mean, like we worked it out. Yeah, we worked it out. Like I think 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So it's pretty interesting. But basically, I'm dating Key, right? I'm dating him. We talk for a while. Then we go through some relationship issues that I air out in public for some frickin' reason in a Discord server that he is in. Complete asshole behavior. I shouldn't have done that. Then, instead of handling the situation properly, what my ops proceed to do is, they start to just bully me. Which, I would have been fine with that if it was on its own, but in this context, it's a bit weird, and it starts to make me, like, disillusioned or associate any harm that I did to Key with, like, lies, which makes me start to victimize myself in the moment. And that was terrible. That was horrific, and I hope to never do that again, because I hurt him genuinely. But they also did that and just proceeded to insult me the whole time. There was no, like, valid points being brought up apart from the original starting thing, which was, you don't say that. How do I... Okay. You know what? We'll approach this situation. Alright. Yeah, so they basically just didn't handle it correctly, mostly insulted me, and the only valid points were said at the beginning! Thank you, whale, for letting this... I actually don't know what this is called. It seems like a whale. Yeah, no. So, so fucking bad. So fucking weird. Lots of shitty things followed. I'll probably go more in depth on it, like, eventually, but I don't want to right now because I don't know what I can say. Currently, I do have a no contact order against the 2 people involved, which I mentioned, Fake Cherry. That's not their actual name. I'm not going to say names because, you know, I'm not doing all that, but it was just scary, weird, unfortunate, and all of the other bad tags you could add to a fucked up situation. I was in the wrong, they were in the wrong. Shit, a lot of people who I didn't even know were there were in the wrong. Nobody was right in the tell him situation, which I call the 1729 situation because those were the specific dates that mattered, at least to me. September 17th and October 29th, which those will become very relevant soon. If I do get it out on time. I don't know if I will be able to. But as I mentioned, this was mostly over Key. Pretty much everything that happened was about him. And I'm very regretful of the actions I took that day, but he says he forgives me, and, like, I don't think I ever would be able to forgive myself for what happened. Oh god, face? We're good. Shaking. Okay. Shoot. I got so intense in gameplay. Okay, yeah, no. So that was tell him a very rough abbreviated version, because if I was doing the full thing, yikes, we'd be here for a while. Sorry. I don't know why I keep apologizing for coughing. Fuck you. You don't get an apology. Okay. Here we go. Why is this a topic? Oh, because I'm leading up to that. Okay. I think fan fiction is very good. Like, narratively, and purpose-wise, fan fiction is, like, very essential for, you know, creative writing and, the narrative space. Even though I haven't fully entered that. I'm not like a novel. I'm not an author of books yet. But I think that fan fiction has like a really important place amongst this because it teaches people to pick apart things and create from that in a way that makes something new. Like, I've never seen a fan fiction that's normal, and I think that's the point. It's fan fiction. It breaks the rules. It redefines things contextually within either a genre or just the specific thing it's fan fictioning about. And it uses specific characters and brands that people know in ways that, you know, the author wants, which really changes up the scene, especially if you have the context of knowing who these characters are. Which really, like, what else can you say about that other than that's amazing? I don't know, could I make that flare jump? Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. I don't know why I just wasted a flare on that. Fan fiction, very valuable, very valid. You should make some, if you want to, of course. Don't like, you know, fucking stupid. I'm always used to that being the pocket that I put the hammer in, but at least it still broke it. Yeah, so the reason I say this is I'm leading back into that thing that I mentioned on, episode 2? Episode 2, maybe. I don't remember. Oh, not the face. I mentioned I was writing a book, and I am. I am writing a sort of, not short story, but it's a commentary on a lot of things, particularly war and like the infrastructure that supports, as well as you know, tribalism. I really liked The Last of Us Part 2. Despite some of the despite the flaws and what I thought went terribly wrong in the writing room, Neil Druckmann definitely could have done better. What is that voice line? What? Trackers return ghost? That, okay. Yeah, no, so it's funny that I say all of this because you might be imagining something pretty original. It started out as fan fiction. I saw one of those memes where it's like, as a dad, you're sorted into the 4 houses of Power Tool, you know, like, companies. And I saw that, and I was like, dude, you know how hype that would be if it was like, you know, like a sort of wartime, like, spy thriller, and one of the spies is like a different brand of Power Tool, but they were all in a war and fighting each other, and it's just like they're looking at a soldier and they think he committed suicide, and then somebody goes, wait, we don't manufacture those drill bits. That has to be, you know, Ryobi or DeWalt. And then it just cuts to like a soldier hiding his colored sleeve under the fake one, and that I just thought that would be like so fucking hype as a concept. So what I started to do was I started to work out the logistics of this. Why are the Power Tool companies fighting? What are they fighting with? And I figured, like, yes, they're using guns. That's the thing that they do. However, most of their weapons are not guns. Most of their weapons are tools to save, like, you know, time and resources on manufacturing. So that's how the main character and the side characters survive so many shots, is because most of them are nails, and you don't really die too quickly from getting hit by nails unless they're rusty. And you can. No, you can definitely die from getting shot with a nail gun. Most definitely. It's a thing that happens. But is that going to be a thing that's happening every day? No. Dude, the voice effects. I can reach. I could reach, yep. Yeah, no, so that's the book I'm making, and it's funny that it started out that way, just being fan fiction. So I changed the names, and I changed a lot of the ideas, and I even named one of the power tool companies after my stepdad's last name. It's really fun. I consider him my dad. I don't like my sperm donor, as I call him. That guy is not a father, bro. I even made a song about it, Son of That Bastard. But yeah, that's just about the book, kinda. I really don't want to spoil more. It's gonna be fantastic. And it's gonna be full of too many plot points. So I need to cut down on that. I ran out of ideas! Holy shit. Oh no, well I didn't finish all the topics. No, the next topic is literally just, what about the level design of the level you're playing right now? Are you kidding me? I ran out of... Fuck. Okay, well, currently I'm playing Hanging Gardens specifically, which I originally disliked heavily because I didn't see the value in a lot of the tricks that this uses. Because, when I got here, there was no indicator that you could use the worker but I always make that fucking mistake. Fuck. The worker blood bugs to, you know, move. There was nothing saying, hey, you can do this. You could do that. I know that they're red, but nothing at all. Holy shit. Why did I do that? Oh, it's okay, just passing by. How am I supposed to get up? Okay. So, yeah, no, this level design is pretty, okay, in my opinion, because, like, yes, it is good, but compared to the mastery that, you know, Dark Machine has shown when handling, stuff like Silos, which I think is the best starting level in any video game ever, because it is mostly a tutorial. It is mostly a beginner-friendly section, you know, figure out how to play the game, but it isn't tedious, and it doesn't repeat itself every time. You don't go, I already know this. When you're playing Silos, you go, okay, let's see how I can get through this faster when playing Silos. And that's the interesting thing about White Knuckle, is that despite the level design, you'll never get bored. Oh, you fuck. I'm taking a trip to Brighton with my lovely folks. Yeah, no, I'm not British. Thank goodness. If I was, that would not be great. Yeah, I make that joke with my friends a lot. I don't know where the joke about hating British people came from. It's probably actually really serious. But yeah, no, level design, get back on track. This one, it is trying to teach you like a ton of new mechanics, all in one. We have the artifacts that you get, the sacrificial altars, which show up here first, the worker blood bugs, the... Oh, no! What? Oh. Don't clip that. That was the worst mistake of my career. I died in the safe room. Oh. I love you all. Mr. Dono out. Oh my